all the limitations that come with him. But I do think whether it's with Durant or not, the Nuggets' path to improving is a team falling in love with the idea of Michael Porter Jr.
And I'll say this about MPJ. I do think his best years are ahead of him, or certainly could be ahead of him. He's still young.
They're definitely not behind him.
He showed mature. He's had good years.
Yeah.
I mean, won the championship, was a valuable player on that team. I think him playing through that injury was incredibly impressive.
I agree with that.
Couldn't even lift his shoulder, arm above his shoulder. And maybe that shows a little maturity too, because that's been a problem.
And I do think I think that Watson and Strother are interesting lottery tickets. You know what I mean? Like maybe
they're good role players.
Yes.
They're very good.
That's not a horrific return.
Trade, right.
Okay.
If I'm the Nuggets, I've already called Phoenix about that trade.
Brew, you've never given up on this team.
Never.
Durant to the Clippers. The Suns getting Norman Powell, who Norman Powell can play.
People were crying a river that he didn't get that All-Star.
Bogdanovich, which
Bogdanovich is good.
Contractually, he has to be traded every 2 years. Drew Eubanks, the 30th pick, and 2031 first-round pick.
Another one I don't hate for Phoenix, and I look, y'all say the Clippers. I love this for the Clippers because they are about as win now as any team in the NBA. I mean, you got James Harden and Kawhi Leonard, for goodness sake. It is win now, baby. And yes, those three, this would not only be great for the Clippers, again, assuming health, this would be great for the league.
Right.
Wouldn't you want to see those three, the old guard, big three, Harden and Durant haven't won it yet. Kawhi was his going to the Clippers has been disappointing to say the least so far because he's been hurt so much. Those three would have a legit chance to win it. I'd love to see it.
Quality of life to the side, and city you got to live into the side. In my opinion, if you're Kevin Durant, this is the worst of all of them. Yeah, because you've literally done this before.
Exactly.
You have literally been on a team.
That's true.
With James Harden and a third star who is, for different reasons, wholly unreliable. Kyrie, when he was with the Nets, he's reliable now, but was unreliable. Kawhi, for very different reasons, unreliable. No bench, gonna have to fill it out with minimums. Now I do like, obviously, Ty Lue a lot and like the coaching. I just don't think that in 2026, which is when the next playoffs are, a Kawhi, Durant, Harden team is doing any type of real damage in the Western Conference.
Ooh, you got Zubac still?
You do have Zubac still.
I hear you in that. If I'm Kevin Durant, I'm not overly excited about this. But for the Clippers, I think if they could get this done, do it.
I think Ballmer would do it.
Get Durant, absolutely.
I think Ballmer would do it just to try it. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't be betting on him.
Because they're, like I said, they're absolutely win now.
This is an oldie but a goodie. Kevin Durant to Philadelphia. Feels like this was talked about years ago. Now the Suns getting Paul George and 3 future firsts. Like it?
Well, I do want. He didn't make it clear. I mean, Philly has the third pick of this year's draft. So that is whether it's Ace Bailey or Edgecombe or whomever. That's a highly valuable asset. You would be including stuff just to get them to take Paul George's contract, which is underwater. But they also, I think Ishbia doesn't care if the contract's underwater. They're like, hey, that guy could be. And Paul George, the Paul George that the Sixers thought they were signing would fit well next to Devin Booker. If you're the Sixers, you have Maxey, Embiid. I thought Jared McClain was awesome before he got hurt. He was probably going to win Rookie of the Year. And Durant. It is the most injury risk, cross your fingers team in the league if this happens. But they're going to be that whether they have Kevin Durant or not. I would roll the dice on this personally. I would say why not.
And I love him as a player. I just have so little faith now in Embiid just to stay healthy. And to be like, and I think.
Had a full year to rest.
Right, but
his
playoff
some really weird medical procedure. They're like, hey, in order to fix your knee, we're going to break your hip.
I didn't agree with that.
And I think some of his playoff, like not being as good in the playoffs as the regular season, is because he's always at 75% in the playoffs. So I just don't have, if I really was confident that Embiid would be healthy, sure. I like it. And maybe, giving up the 3 first-round picks, Durant's going to want a 2-year, $120 million extension.
Yeah, so what?
That's the
so
thing.
You give it to him.
For any of these teams. See, if it doesn't work, if Embiid gets hurt and you do this, now you're
out of money.
One more.
Locked up.
Heading north of the border.
This one will be quick.
Toronto. The Suns getting quickly Jakob Poeltl and multiple picks. Do you like KD in Toronto?
Absolutely not.
Why?
Because they have no chance of winning.
That's true.
Scotty Barnes maybe one day will learn to shoot, but I do not like. I understand Masai is under pressure all of a sudden. I absolutely, unequivocally do not like this trade.
Okay.
Yeah, you hear them with the Giannis talks a lot, and I don't love that. I'd try to get him if I was Toronto, but yeah, I'm kind of with Nick. Like,
I don't even know if I would want him if I'm Toronto.
Yeah, because again, they're kind of young.
Yeah.
And Durant doesn't get them over the hump, so why am I even?
Okay. That's it. That was all the wild card teams. Coming up tomorrow, we're going to go through the remaining 7 teams that we haven't talked about.
Hub said the same thing.
Once we got to the wrap.
Hub said we're doing. That was Kevin's article.
What makes a Carnival vacation fun? It's a little bit of everything for everyone, like being this far above sea level.